afternoon, Outliers. Happy Halloween. I am your host, Rex, the Rhino Wrangler. We are coming to you live from the jungle out here. The stock market's always a jungle these days, right? But we're going to take it literal. Yorn, good to see you. Michael says, happy Halloween. Jean-Louise here. Good to see everybody. Dude, the market is having an absolutely brutal day today. What happened? Give me some news, because I don't know. I haven't been looking at it today. Because it's down 1.5%. At one point, down nearly 2% to the lows. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Yorn. This just came from Spirit Halloween, but this is a legit pith helmet. I don't know where my dad got it from. He was in the Navy. I can't imagine that they give these out as standard Navy military uniform, but he happened to have it. So I was like, I know a perfect use for that today. Brian says it's selling off because everybody got scared of Halloween. Tug is here. Good to see you. Mikey Wolf, glad you're here. Michael is here. Man, good to see everybody today, especially, just hanging out when we're not doing any trades. It is still great to see everybody here, especially on Halloween. Now, did you vote? I need to know, did you vote? Because Donald Trump is trolling everybody he can. Trump trolls Biden's garbage gaffe as Kamala's campaign implodes. Let's check this out here real quick. And I can't watch this at regular speed, 1 1/4 speed at least.
Mainly describing Trump supporters as, quote, garbage. The Harris campaign is trying to downplay the effect of those comments. Of course they are. But I wonder if you think that those comments are going to move voters.
It's going to be huge, because this is not some comedian saying something stupid and offensive at a rally where he should have been just basically disinvited. This is the president of the United States endorsing his vice president saying something. And I know that there's different interpretations about what he said. It's still inappropriate. He still should be doing it. And I've watched Trump already seize this. The basket of deplorables was significant, was meaningful in 2016. In 2024, I can promise you that this is going to drive Trump turnout. He's doing it already. I'm sure there's going to be ads on as soon as tonight about this. This may be a turning point for those final 3%, and that's all it is, who still need to be persuaded.
Little did that pollster Frank Luntz realize how prophetic his words would be. Trump has seized the momentum, the gift he just got from the king of gas, Biden himself. What is it that Barack Obama once said of Biden, right? Never underestimate Joe's ability to F things up. Well, here we go with 5 days left. Trump has seized all the momentum. All as Kamala's campaign has begun to visibly and palpably collapse. Hey, gang, it's me, Doc.
Yeah, right now, I look at the situation and I'm like, Joe Biden is the sitting president of the United States. He's literally the commander in chief right now. Why? I mean, I forget what it was, but it wasn't all that long ago. They said that Joe Biden was not fit to stand trial for something corrupt that the Biden family was doing. And they called him a well-meaning old man. I don't want a well-meaning old man running the country. I want the world's best, smartest person running the country. That's not me, clearly. I'm out here in the jungle just doing my thing. But why are we letting this guy still be in charge? And then he manages to call you and me garbage. Screw that guy. It's been a great day to be short, that's for sure. Tug just voted an hour ago, and the garbage has provided some epic trolling material. Based on logic, how would independents be impacted by the comment since they're not in that group? I don't know. Maybe that'll motivate them to say, we can't, we don't want this guy and somebody he's associated with talking to people like that. I don't know. Well, that is neither of the two running. Very true. Very true. It is neither of them. Let's see what he has to say.
The New York Post. They know how to publish a splashy front page for sure. And President Trump knows how to deliver a knockout blow. Yesterday, he arrived in the key swing state of Wisconsin in a campaign-themed garbage truck.
I bet there's going to be people who pull out like trash man costumes like at the very last minute with the Trump wig. That would be good.
And actually gave a press conference from the passenger seat.
Is answering some questions from reporters.
Joe Biden to make that statement, it's really a disgrace.
This dude is such a marketing genius. I mean, really, with the McDonald's thing and now this, his team is really smart.
I don't think they'll have to be used. I think we're going to have a big victory. And I think 250 million people in this country are going to be very happy because we're going to bring the country back. We're a nation in decline, very, very serious decline. And we're going to bring our country back.
And then, of course, he entered the Wisconsin rally wearing the orange vest from the garbage truck.
And I come into the arena and I say, where's my jacket? I want to get out of this thing. And they said, it would be unbelievable if you could wear it on stage. I said, and I said, no way. I got 25,000 people standing outside. I got all these people here. There's no way I'm wearing it on stage. They said, oh, okay, sir. I said, get me my jacket. But if you did, you know, it actually makes you look thinner. I said, and they got me. I said, I want to wear it on stage.
That is really hilarious. But I can't see how the media hasn't spun this yet to say Trump and his fat phobic rhetoric, right? Because that's what they do, right? They take everything out of context. Texas, the point is to overtake the news cycle. It's all about top of mind. And that is exactly what Donald Trump has been over the last couple of days. Let's jump into our market analysis. That should be top of mind today. Oh, I don't have it open yet. Hang on. Go. There we go. Welcome to the OVTLYR Trading Room. This is smart trading made simple. This is where we save time, make money, start winning with less risk together as a team and without stress. By the way, I would bet you there are buttloads of people who are stressed to the gills right now. But why? Right? We got a closing signal on October 23rd. You can go back in the Discord, which Discord is in light mode right now. I think April was on my Discord and she changed it to white mode. I don't know. It looks weird in white mode. But you can go back to our Discord and see where I got out, when I got out, and why I got out. And then sell-offs like this happen, right? And then we got this the sell signal on the SPY just right here. Whenever I see days like this, I know that there is a segment of the population who is so stressed out because of this. But then I also know that there are segments of the population like us that have been following a trading plan, like we talked about 2 days ago in the new Trader Rich Trader segment. Been following a trading plan, and it's really not that stressful, right? Trading shouldn't be exciting. Trading shouldn't be stressful, okay? Now, even if you were holding something today and it went against you, hopefully you position sized in a way where it's not taking you out, right? Because that's the other thing, is that we don't actually know what the market's going to do. But when you position size, right, even a 5% sell-off on the Microsoft and a 4% sell-off on Nvidia, if you position size correctly, it's not going to ruin your portfolio, right? You may take a lump or two, but you'll still be able to survive. Dave says, in line at the MVD. Oh, he's ready to vote. And still here watching the best trading podcast out there. Oh, man, Dave, that gives me goosebumps. I appreciate that. Oh, make me blush. All right, back to the news. Together as a team, and for those of you who don't know me, I am Rex Rhino Wrangler. I have twice been awarded top 100 people in the zoo. I've been successfully wrangling rhinos since 2009. I'm a partner with OVTLYR, and this is my style of wrangling rhinos with OVTLYR. And I call it the golden ticket rhino wrangling strategy. So how does OVTLYR work real quick? It's a 4-step process. Number 1, OVTLYR monitors how investors are reacting to changing market conditions, news, price movements, and the economy. Number 2, OVTLYR determines if investors are acting irrationally fearful or greedy, by how much. OVTLYR gives buy and sell signals when those irrational behaviors reach an extreme. And number 4, allowing you to get into the stock before the OVTLYR move happens. And I always like to point that out every day because, personal story. Somebody asked me one time when I was getting my haircut, they're like, yeah, how does OVTLYR work? And I couldn't articulate it, right? I couldn't do it. So by doing that every single day, I can articulate it, and so can you. That's the important part. You understand what it's doing, right? And we reached an extreme on the SPY, and we got that sell signal right before this big sell-off right here. So on to today's member highlight. All right, so the Discord's been pretty quiet lately since we haven't been trading all that much. I posted earlier today, great timing on the outlier sell signal. Max said, couldn't be more accurate than that. That's what I'm saying. Mikey Mike talked about his Fidelity account that he got, but he's got a ridiculously long time for funds to settle. In the meantime, he's fishing around to see what other websites and figure out all that works. What trading platform do outliers prefer? So I use Tastyworks / Tasty Trade. I, like Wes, have been on there pretty much since day one. However, there's a great chance, and I mean like a nearly 100% chance, 100% chance that I'll be switching brokers and may have already opened a different broker and just waiting to announce it around November 12th. So that's going to be a really sweet deal for everybody, by the way. But it'll be up to you. But I've been using Tastyworks, Tasty Trade for ages. I think since like 2015, something like that. And their customer service is really outstanding. Personal story. There was a day, and you guys were in the trading room with me when I couldn't make trades, and I was kind of freaking out. I'm like, why am I set to closing orders only? And I was like, let's just wrap it here. I got to get on the phone. I was on the phone with them within 30 seconds. I mean, with a person. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, we noticed a suspicious login from your account because I was at the pool yesterday, not close to home on my phone, looking at some things. And they said, we sent you an email. All you had to do was click the green button to say it was you, which I didn't do. So I went in my email, clicked the green button, everything was back to working. So I will say that customer service experience has been really, really good. So we'll just have to see where that goes from there, but definitely one to keep in mind. And that is about it on the front up here, except for Jean-Louis saw an outlier sell signal on Nvidia. He couldn't trade that day. He saw the market was going down, the heat map was going down, and he went short this morning for a quick 13.73% profit. Way to go, Jean-Louis. You're actually the only one who's posted in this right now. So Jean-Louis, you are in contention to win the weekly winner circle right now with absolutely no competition at the moment. But I think that's awesome, right? Reading through this, I really liked that because Jean-Louis was looking at not just the market, but he was looking at the data, right? So let's go into the Nvidia data real quick. He was looking at the Nvidia data. And I assume that after he waited for this to load, because we know it can be a minute. This is taking longer than it should, though. There he goes. I assume that he slammed this all the way to the right. And he saw, hey, I got that sell signal here. I got the heat map moving down. I've got the price trajectory oscillator starting to drift down. It's easier to see when you zoom out. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I got everything lined up in here. This makes total sense to me. And dude came through looking at the data independently on his own with a nice 13% profit. So congratulations, Jean-Louis. That is what it's meant to do. That's what it's for, right? It's not for me to coach you through every single trade. It's for you to identify new opportunities that you could take. And this was a perfect example. So congratulations on that. That's awesome. And thank you for sharing your story. Everybody else, make sure you share your stories this week as well. And the first rule of Outlier is to tell everybody about Outlier. Dave, while you're in line, be telling everybody about Outlier. And I know you're already subscribed, so hit the like button because that lets YouTube tell everybody about it as well. Now, let's go to the market real quick. Well, I want to see the 10 over the 20, price over the 50 to be bullish. What we have here is not a bullish. And I've been saying for the last few days that it was on this date right here. I closed everything because it looked like it was going to close under the 20. It didn't quite get there. It kind of floundered around the first several days after that. But we also ran out of market breadth. Market breadth started to get weaker. It had a crossover on October 24th, which was this day right here. And then the sell signal came just a couple days after that. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, this is not a very healthy trend. In fact, you can go back to the videos and see, I said this was somewhat of a weak trend. When your market breadth is selling off, yet your market trend is still pushing higher. That's a weak trend. And this is what happens on weak trends. So the 10 probably will cross under the 20 on Monday. Like it's going to happen that quick unless it bounces right back up. And then it's not quite under the 50 yet, but it's close. I mean, we might see a bounce right here off the 50. I mean, we might be looking at this type of situation here. Right? We might be. I don't know. But I could totally see that happening. Where it bounces off the 50 and then comes back up. But mathematically speaking, the 10 is most likely going to cross under the 20 unless it has a really sharp return on Monday. And then we'll see. It might even go under the 50 on the SPY. Now, that actually means short city for us because the market breadth is bearish right now. And then we do have that sell signal on the SPY. So that lights up the master key going the opposite direction. That's how fast things can change, right? Within a span of handful of calendar days, going from bullish to looking for bearish trades, for sure, right? But keep in mind, we have the election next week. There's going to be a lot of movements around one way or another. I will not trade election night. Absolutely will not. You can't twist my arm to do it. But I'll be looking for it the next day. I'll be looking for it the next day if everything lights up. You're welcome, Jean-Louis. So for me, I don't have any new trades to put on today, but I do still want to go through New Trader, Rich Trader with you. So this is a little series that we've been putting on. If you've been watching the last few episodes, you've been able to see that as well. And we're up to chapter 5. So this is one of my all-time top 5 trading books right here. And I managed to find my Kindle version of it. I have it on Kindle, audiobook, and physical book as well. That's how much I enjoy this book. But in chapter 5, we're going to go through all of the notes that I highlighted to myself the first time I read this ages ago. And if you're actually interested, I did interview Steve Burns, the author of this. You could type in my name. You could type in Christopher Ewell, New Trader, Rich Trader, and you'll see me interviewing Steve right there. Little baby face me. Like, look at this. Look at this.
An easier way,
Oh
I
my
guess you could
gosh.
say,
Look at this guy.
to profit in
that dude.
whatever market. I mean, you want to be a part of the trend, right?
Look at
You
this
want
guy.
to be jumping.
That was 60 pounds ago, by the way. So yeah, and I'm just like a little baby there. This was 5 years ago. Hard to believe, 5 years ago. So anyway, back to this. Chapter 5. New traders are unsuccessful when they stop learning. Rich traders never stop learning about the market. You know, that's what I was talking about just a couple days ago. While I do have a trading plan, there's always things that happen, right? And you may not know, you may not have a plan for that. And in the moment, you've got to act in the best way that you think you can, which in my opinion is always reducing risk. But then you need to add that as a new rule. For example, trading around earnings. This was something that I needed to learn by trading with earnings. Day trading order blocks, right? I don't day trade really ever. But if a stock is coming up into an order block, what do? Do I just let it do its thing? Well, maybe. Or if it does something else, I need to be reactionary as well. So a trading plan is always going to evolve. And I think that that's what he's trying to say here. Rich traders never stop learning about the market because there's always something that can come up and be like, I've seen this before. I know what to do. Brian says, trading election night. You know you want to. Everyone else is doing it. All the cool kids are doing it. I know Brian. Brian is in a swing state. And I am not here in Texas. Thank goodness. I live in Texas by the grace of God. But I haven't seen any of the ads, but I was listening to a podcast this morning and somebody was talking about how they were in a swing state. And it's just like incessant ads. So curious to see how that's going over there, Brian. So let's go back to this. It may work well for a while, then suddenly stop working and give your capital a large drawdown. Hang on, let's back up real quick. Let me back up a little bit. Okay, it says, I have this trading thing figured out, New Trader said. Rich Trader spit out his orange juice. New Trader said, what's so funny? I'm sorry, Rich Trader said. I just don't think I've ever heard anyone say that before. I've done lots of research and I decided on my trading style. Trend trading. I like that. I've also written my trading plan. He handed Rich Trader a piece of paper And Rich Trader said, this is a great start. Start, New Trader said incredulously. This is like you're turning in your first freshman paper. If you're like other successful traders, you'll have to test the system first and then make adjustments. Here we go. Now that we've had the context, it may work well for a while, then suddenly stop working and give your capital a large drawdown due to a change in market conditions. The system may not even work. You don't know yet. Or it might make you a nice profit in a bull market and then take the profits back in a bear market. If you want to be profitable in a bear market, you may have to reverse your system and sell the same stock short when they break down through support. Testing your system and backtests in real time will teach you a lot. First, you need to get an idea of what your winning percent and average size of your wins and losses, right? So figuring out your trading plan and then having some data around that. Record breaches of discipline and why you traded off your plan, right? You must always be watchful of an inflated ego taking over trading and be on the lookout for greed and fear. Boredom can turn good traders into bad traders. Yeah. Boredom can turn good traders into bad traders. Boredom, having that money in the bank and being like, I got nothing else to do. Let's buy some stock. It's not a great idea because they look for action instead of following a process, right? You're never going to see me take what is what I'm thinking of? Just an off the wall trade, right? If it doesn't fit my trading criteria, I don't even look at it. I'm not even looking at the market right now. There's no need to. An impulsive trade. A trading journal is like having a teacher who teaches traders about themselves. Now, this is really cool too, because this is how we figured out the master key, having that trading journal. Because when I was going through these trades earlier this year, hang on, pull up some data here for you. When I was going through these trades earlier this year, the second half of last year, and those of you who have been with me since last year, remember, we had it at crazy second half of last year. We were up 44% in the second half of last year, and it was awesome, which is somewhat like what we're seeing right here. And I got to think of, why am I having this losing streak over here? I got the outlier data in my hands. I'm following the trend of the market. What is going on? So I went through line by line, and I'm like, well, this didn't work, or this did work. What are the commonalities between the things that did and didn't work, right? You have to think of like a detective, right? Think like a detective. Be like, if this worked and this didn't work, what was similar and what was different? And a lot of the times the differences are outside market forces, which is what the case was here. And then having ideas, testing those ideas, reviewing your data and saying, you know what? When I add in not just market breadth, which I definitely need to add in, but when I add in sector breadth, my portfolio went from looking like this to looking like this. Come on, load. Dramatic effect is not there when I asked to load. There we go. Went from looking like this to looking like this. And I think, I sure am glad that I had my trading journal. Right? It's just a spreadsheet. And you can get access to this exact spreadsheet in the Discord. Go over to the VIP Investors Toolkit. Scroll up a little bit to High Performance Portfolio Manager. That's this. That is this, right? If I hadn't had this information, I would not have figured out, with the help of you guys, what we were missing to make the master key. So I was super stoked about that. Let's catch up on the chat. Brian, Georgia has fewer commercials than North Carolina. They should turn this into a movie. Dude, I think they will turn this into a movie for sure. Dave says, I have a reading journal that I created to be available on Amazon in the next couple of days. Already been using it. You have a reading journal that you created that will be available on Amazon in the next couple of days. Okay, cool. Already been using it a while and testing it works great. Maybe he meant trading journal. Either way. Mahesh, 2016 is when I got involved in building algos for stock markets. Early models were simply taking open, high, low, close data and running a deep learning model. And I thought I figured it all out. Then over years, I realized how much of a constant learning we need to build something solid. I totally agree with constant learning. Yeah, for sure. Trading journal. Hey, everybody, whenever this is available, Dave, share the link and we'll all go buy one. Okay, so let's go back over here. A trading journal is like having a teacher who teaches you about themselves, right? In addition to your technical trading information, be sure you note your mood, your feelings, and goals. Include your charts and buy and sell areas marked as often as possible. Listen, I don't do that. I don't put in my mood, my feelings, or my goals. Not at all. What did I write on here? Great idea. I wrote to myself, great idea. Include your charts with buy and sell areas marked as often as possible. I do put on there, what day I bought it, what price I bought it at, what price the option was, what price the stock was, all that information. Because I do think that that's useful. And of course it's useful because it will tell you what's working and what's not. Always stay humble. Always know the market is too big for anyone to master. You must never stop learning about yourself, about the market, and about risk. Oh, this also here. How many trading books have you read? 10. Most of the best traders have read hundreds. How long do you spend looking at charts each day? A few minutes, right? Speaking of books, right? Hang on. We're going to go from the jungle and we're going to teleport to my library. Whoa. All of this, and all of this over here. These 4 shelves are all trading books. Now, I will tell you, the very first trading book I ever wrote was, what was it called? It's about option spreads. She Can Trade. Hang on, I'm gonna find it. She Can Trade. Sarah Potter. Amazon. This book was the worst book I ever read. And to be very honest, I wish I had never read it. Now, that's a really strong negative endorsement. I'll agree. But it was so bad that I put down trading books for 2 years because this was the first trading book I picked up. How you can trade like a pro? Yeah, I want to trade like a pro. And I read it. It was hot, awful. And probably read it around 2014, which is when the publishing date was. And I literally put trading books down for 2 years because of this. And it wasn't until talking to Steve, he's like, read this book, read that book, Chris, like when he was teaching me. And I'm like, oh, okay. There actually are some really great trading books out there. So yeah, please don't ever read this book. Dave says, trying to watch and listen, driving down the road. And he will. Already shared some copies with Mahesh. Very cool. Awesome. All right, let's get back over to this. Always stay humble. Already talked about that. Great traders spend hours a day doing homework on backtesting, chart studies, identifying support, resistance, and trends. Great traders are lifelong learners. My advice is to always be a student of the market and always go to bed each night understanding more than you did when you woke up. With hard work, experience, and focus, you will one day convert all of that time into money. I can tell you that for dang sure. Trading systems are built for an individual's risk tolerance and personality, which is why I say it's my style of trading in the trading room here. I'm going to give you some help. I'm going to give you assistance, but it may not fit for you. But the principles used to build trading systems are basically the same. You must choose your system that will be profitable with a high win rate, or big wins and small losses. And you must eliminate the possibility of large losses in your trading system. You must eliminate the possibility of large losses. My average loss is 15%, which sounds huge. But when you see my average win is 17%, so it's greater than that, and I win 81% of the time with the master key, give me a break. And you have to eliminate large losses, and you do that by position sizing, okay? Sometimes you can't help when the stock drops, right? You can't help that. But you can keep your portfolio from getting wrecked by position sizing correctly. by implementing risk management tools of stop losses, option contracts, futures contracts, and position sizing. Nathan, where have you been? Good to see you. Michael says, are you new trader? The inspiration to Burns to write this book? No, it was already written before me, but man, Steve taught me so much. I am eternally grateful for Steve. I certainly had a lot of those moments, and I'm sure he got really tired of me asking the same questions as new trader when he and I started working together. Tug says, I am so happy that we have so many experienced, intelligent, and analytical traders in this group. I agree. Dude, like, I think it's only a matter of time before this YouTube channel just blows up, turns into like bigger than Benzinga, bigger than any other trading channel out there, because we provide so much value here. Even in the jungle, we provide so much value. With OVTLYR, we provide so much value. It's only a matter of time, right? All we have to do is be consistent with consistency and discipline. So that's going to wrap it for me today. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was useful. If you haven't already got a copy of New Trader, Rich Trader, go put it in your Amazon Christmas list for your wife or a significant other to get for you. It's probably like $7. Definitely worth the $7. It's also a great read on Audible. You'll find a lot of my trading style in this book here. You know what, Michael? There is like a second edition or an updated edition. There may have been some inspiration from me in this. But yeah, Steve is a great guy. This is a fantastic book. So tomorrow's plan, I do have a doctor's appointment at 1:15. I normally go live at 2:15 Central Time. I don't think I'm going to be back in time for it. So let me ask you, would you rather go 30 minutes later at 2:45 Central Time, 3:45 Eastern, and what would that be? Time zones mess with my head. 2:15, 12:45 West Coast time. Would you rather do that or just have Friday off? You tell me in the chat. I'd like to know. I was thinking I would come later, but then again, I don't know if I'm going to even make the later spot. So I was thinking maybe we should just cut it for tomorrow. I'm here for you, right? I don't have to do this. I choose to do it for you. John Lee says, it's no problem. Thank you so much for being an OVTLYR. We couldn't do this without you. We want to pay you back every single day by helping you save time, make money, and start winning with less risk. Together as a team. All right, we're saying take a day off. I will take a day off tomorrow. Take Friday off. Nothing interesting is going to happen for several days. I think we're going to have some hella interesting Tuesday and Wednesday next week. Michael says, is the 70 to 70 video still relevant? Oh, yes. So Michael's question is 70% in 7 days. So actually, Michael, this is before we even discovered what the master key was. I just happened to do like incredible, where is that at? VIP Investors Toolkit. I just happen to have incredible results all at once. And you can see that this is here. This is actually before, goes way back, because this is before Mahesh and OVTLYR bought my company, 10minutestocktrader.com. You can see me with all of my old logos in the background. That's how old it is. 10minutestocktrader.com was my company that I started in 2017. And oh man, look at that chubby face. I can't even look at myself anymore. But acquired by OVTLYR so I could be a part of their team. So yes, it absolutely still stands. I would also suggest, Mikey, going over into the Ultimate Trading Power Pack. So in here are videos that are not on YouTube. But we did these in the trading room, and this is literally top to bottom my entire trading strategy with like copious detail. But I did want to take, so I would absolutely go check these out. Giving Tug, I've lost that shirt. Answer. I'm so annoyed. I wanted to wear that shirt more in October, but I've lost it. That's a good looking shirt right there, just saying. So yeah, definitely go over there. And I will for sure cancel tomorrow. Yorn, you're welcome. Brian, you're welcome as well. You guys have an incredible weekend. Let me finish out right here. I got to finish this. Don't forget, our special 45% off actually ends tomorrow. It might go through the weekend. Mahesh was telling me that there's a chance that it won't go into effect until Monday. So if you happen to catch it over the weekend, you got lucky, but the special is going to end. Save 45% on the annual plan. Let us know if you need anything in the Discord. I'll update the Discord and let us know that we won't be meeting tomorrow. Be sure to tell everybody you can about OVTLYR and hit the like button if you haven't done so already, so YouTube will tell everybody as well. And I hope you have an incredible Halloween. I hope you give away thousands of dollars worth of candy. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe how expensive candy has gotten thanks to Bidenomics. Oh man. But I hope you guys have an incredible weekend. Have a great Halloween, and I'll see you right back here on Monday. Talk soon.